I'm Kate Ward, and this is your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip. So what are we doing out here today? We're trimming. Why? Because it's a wonderful way to get outside, enjoy nature, and be productive while you're out there. So what does that mean? Well, right now is a wonderful time because I can see the structure of this plant. To work on plants that do not bloom first thing in spring, like this is a fringe tree. It's kind of unusual and interesting, but it needs a little bit of work here and there. So now is the time that I can see sort of branching patterns very easily without the leaves on. And because it's still dormant, I'm not messing around with any leaves, any buds that are pushing, anything like that yet. So what am I gonna do? Well, all I'm looking for is ways to clear out some of these crossing branches. This is a good way to see it. So a crossing branch is just what it sounds like, where two branches cross. And whenever they cross, it's kind of like you eat too much for dinner. If I eat too much for dinner, man, I can loosen my belt. But these guys can't. They can't move like we can. So over time, this is going to create an injury. So we want to remove one of those two pieces. So in this case, well, this is at least going out that direction, and this is going this direction, but this is probably a nicer branch. So you decide which is going to have the better space to grow to. And this guy, he's going to run into here and run into here, but this guy has this space. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off right to there. Now, the thing about that is I want to take it off right up to my next branch. I don't want to take it off and leave this stump, because this stump is not going to heal nicely. The plant is going to cut it off right to here and then have this stump sitting out there. So we might as well go ahead and cut it flush off. Now, this has enough to support it, meaning that this branch is a good portion of the size of this leftover branch. It's about a third the size of this branch. So this is a third the size of this branch. Here's an example of a previous cut, probably done when the leaves were on, was hard to see at the time, but this little branch is not the third of the size of this branch, and neither is this. So in this case, this should be brought, there's no other additional branching off of here, this should be brought all the way back here. And now, I'll just use these. Well, this is not a good tool for a branch that big. It can't cut properly. It's not meant to cut something that big. So I'll go in and get my hand saw and make some nice cuts, take off the weight, and then a nice clean cut here to remove this branch, because it's really not doing the plant any good. So I'm gonna continue to look through this plant so that I can say, oh, where are you growing and getting in my way? I'm gonna give you a better, it's gonna clean out the canopy. It's gonna increase airflow through the canopy, so it will reduce disease overall during the course of the season, and things like that. So I will just go through, and they're, like I said, they're really easy to see. So I'll probably take this branch off, I'll go get my hand pruners or a handsaw and do a little bit more work. But that's what you can do right outside, right now. So get outside and play. And this has been your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip.